Hi, this is Mary Pallin with another micro training session from the Floyd Wickman program. I want to talk to you today about asking questions, about helping people so that they agree to meet with you. You know, I think the mark of a good salesperson is that they are a listener, a really good listener. Do you know anyone that's a good listener? I bet it's easier to name a few people that are not good listeners. What makes people not good listeners? They talk too much. They talk incessantly. So if you're going to be a powerful salesperson, then you need to be a listener. Now, how do you get people to talk to you so that you can listen? Well, the answer is pretty easy. You ask questions. And Floyd Wickman has taught us for many, many years that there's only two types of questions that you can ask. There's the yes-no, that's a question which must be answered yes or no, and there are Wopens. Wopen questions, let me define those, Wickmanize you if you will. Open-ended questions, that means a question to which they must respond with more information. You know, if you remember back to sometime around middle school, you learned who, what, where, when, why, and how, right? Well, Floyd, in his wisdom, noticed that all of those begin with a W. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Of course, how is just who, spelled a little different. If you were to ask a Wopen question, you get expanded information from your buyer or seller prospects. Now, if you're stumped for what Wopen question to ask, what order to ask them in, then what you do is you simply shape your mouth like a W. Whoa, Wopen, and you'll ask a Wopen question without even meaning to. Who, what, where, when, why, or how. So let's pretend that you're converting a lead. You've got a buyer lead or a seller lead. You're calling them up on the phone and you're going to ask for an appointment. Well, you don't call them up and identify yourself and then say, so let's get together. You begin by discerning what it is that they're trying to accomplish and whether or not you can even help them by being a listener. So when you call up and you introduce yourself and you explain your name and your company name and you want to get them talking. So I understand we have a mutual friend in Herb Miller. He mentioned the other day that you folks are thinking about perhaps making a move. How long have you lived in your home? And where did you live before that? Where are you thinking about moving to? And who else is involved in making the decision to move? And what kind of timing are you folks thinking about? Now, I didn't plan those questions in advance. I've just had a little practice talking to leads and converting them to appointments. Can you see by asking Wopen, asking who, what, where, when, why, how, asking questions to which you listen to the answer, you're going to gain enough information so that you can land the appointment. And by the way, that's what it's all about, right? Listening for what is missing, listening for what they tell you so that you can ask then for the appointment.